news. Now, we're also joined by Shehzad Poonawalla of the BJP. Very good morning to you, Shehzad. I'm sure you've trained your guns and you have all those facts to attack Aam Aadmi Party with. But the party there saying, BJP continues to wreak vengeance upon our party, and that on a day when our education model is being praised, they want to distract from it by conducting these raids and to tamper with our image.
See, Shilpa, you and I have a PAN card, Aadhaar card. These people have a permanent victimhood card and they do ABCD. A for advertising, B for bhrashtachaar, C for cover-up of corruption, D for deviation. The courts of law have given their orders against people like Satyendra Jain, who are in jail for the last 2.5 months. And they have said that he has a criminal background. They have said that he has prima facie conducted and done money laundering. Are the courts doing vindictive politics? On Manish Sisodia's liquor scam, they themselves have reverted from the new policy to the old policy, acknowledging that there was a corruption. Their own chief secretary, the Delhi government chief secretary, has given a report to the LG on the basis of which a CBI probe was ordered. We, as in Meenakshi Lekhi ji, Sambit Patra ji and I, asked specific questions on the liquor scam, which they have not answered as yet. Why was a 144 crore loan given, a waiver given? Why was the 30 crore EMD refunded? Why was the manufacturing company allowed in retail? Why was blacklisted companies like Khowgali allowed in retail? Why did you break so many norms while giving all these benefits to the liquor companies? This was done because during the Punjab elections, they picked up a lot of funds and now they've reverted to the old policy. They themselves have acknowledged this. There are show cause notices of October 2021 issued by their same excise department on these aspects. Are those show cause notices wrong? So they are the ones who play this victimhood card. They must only answer that why haven't they taken action on their own Parthas till now? The Partha in West Bengal has been acted upon. The Partha in Maharashtra has been acted upon. But the Partha in Delhi, meaning Mr. Manish Sisodia and Mr. Satyendra Jain, despite court orders, have not been acted upon. And to time and again say Vidvesh ki karwai, if there was Vidvesh ki karwai, the courts would have given relief to Satyendra Jain. I wish Mr. Gopal Rai would have stayed on for this phono and he would have answered that why for the last 3 months or 2.5 months, the courts have not given any relief to Satyendra Jain.
Okay, all right, Shehzad, I noted down your questions, and as always, you have some very pointed questions there. I will be putting them across to Aap. Thank you for joining me this morning. Now we're going back to my colleague Ashish Maheshwari. He tracks the ED for us. Ashish, we heard what Shehzad Poonawalla of the BJP had to say. It all comes down to that report that was filed by the Delhi Chief Secretary. And the Aam Aadmi Party has been unable to counter those prima facie violations. They have been saying that the central government is using the agencies to take revenge upon us, especially on days such as, when our education model is being praised. They're calling out the timing of these raids that are being called out. But what is a counter that has been given by the Aam Aadmi Party to the factual discrepancies on paper?
So, there is a report that was filed there was a complaint that came to the Lieutenant Governor. The Lieutenant Governor purposely did not give the name of the complainant because they expected the Aam Aadmi Party and their team to harass the complainant. So that name of the complainant was kept secret. That complaint was forwarded to the Chief Secretary. Now, the Chief Secretary was not able to give proper answers to the violations. The violations were majorly on certain counts. The counts were that there was proper cartelization and beneficiaries who basically benefited out of this policy. And there are certain companies which are blacklisted as well. But despite that, the enforcement, the excise policy did not counter that. They did not look at it, and they gave the license to companies which were blacklisted. They gave the license to companies where it was in violation of the excise policy. I'll give you one example. There is one company which was basically, the policy said that you cannot give a license to one company in more than 2 zones. But interestingly, it was given in 3 zones. So this is absolutely in violation of what the excise policy says. There is one company where the EMD was submitted by a blacklisted company, and the company was blacklisted in Madhya Pradesh, where the company was caught stealing excise and doing black marketing of liquor. But despite that, despite the information being in public domain, they did not give they gave the license to that company. So these are basically facts that have come to light over a period of time. And interestingly, there is one more issue which everybody knows about, is that during the COVID times, on how the liquor policy was twisted and turned in such a manner that it was a major loss to the exchequer as well. So here, these are the reasons why the
ईमानदारी का चोला पहन ले वह भ्रष्टाचारी ही रहता है। और आम आदमी पार्टी का भ्रष्टाचार एक बार नहीं कई बार देखने को सामने आया है। आज मुद्दा है शराब के ठेकों का, शराब के ठेकों में हुए भ्रष्टाचार का। और इस विभाग के मंत्री हैं मनीष सिसोदिया जी। जिस दिन सीबीआई को जांच दी उसी दिन शराब नीति को वापस लिया। अगर शराब नीति में कोई घोटाला नहीं था तो उसको वापस क्यों लिया? क्योंकि शराब के ठेकों में भ्रष्टाचार हुआ। शराब के ठेकों में दिल्ली में भयंकर भ्रष्टाचार हुआ। अरविंद केजरीवाल और मनीष सिसोदिया की सांठगांठ सामने आई, इसीलिए शराब नीति को वापस लिया। सीबीआई और जांच की डर अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को मजबूर करती है ट्वीट करने पर कि ये शिक्षा नहीं, ये शराब की बात हो रही है और आम आदमी पार्टी के शराब के ठेकों में हुए भ्रष्टाचार की बात हो रही है। जनता को मूर्ख न समझें, राष्ट्र के नाम अपना संदेश देना बंद करें। और मैं एक बात कहना चाहता हूं, आपके पहले मंत्री सत्येंद्र जैन जब जेल गए भ्रष्टाचार में, आपने तब भी उनको बर्खास्त नहीं किया। वो कहते हैं उनकी याददाश्त चले गई। आशा करता हूं एक्साइज मंत्री, एक्सक्यूज मंत्री तो बन गए हैं, कहीं उनकी भी याददाश्त न चली जाए। पर जनता और देश जवाब चाहता है। ये शराब में ठेकों में जो भ्रष्टाचार हुआ, ये शराब के ठेकों का भ्रष्टाचार, ये जनता और देश के सामने आया है। आम आदमी पार्टी, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी और मनीष सिसोदिया जी की सच्चाई सामने आई कि कैसे घोटाले किए हैं। ये भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ आंदोलन करने की बात करते थे, कभी भी राजनीति में ना आने की बात करते थे। ये राजनीति में भी आए और भ्रष्टाचार में भी संलिप्त हुए। एक नहीं कई और उदाहरण ये आम आदमी पार्टी के सामने देखने को मिलते हैं।